यशोदनन्दना व्रजजनरञ्जना यशोदनन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जना यमुनतीरावनचारे यमुनतीरावनचारे जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद निताय गौर प्रामनंदे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम अज्ञान ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञाननञ्जनो शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मायं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरून् श्रीयुतपादकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवं च श्रीरूपं सङ्ग्रजातं सहगनो रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादं सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपीसा गोपिका कान्ता राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त कंचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणममि हरिप्रिये। वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। वंदे अनन्तभूतेश्वर्यं श्रीचैतन्य महाप्रभुं निचोप्यात् प्रसादात् सात् भक्तिशास्त्रप्रवर्तका। Reading from Bhagavad Gita Ascetis, chapter 18, text 55, chapter entitled The Perfection of Renunciation. Bhaktya mam abhijanati Bhaktya mam abhijanati Yavan yachasmi tadvatah Yavan yachasmi tadvatah Tato mam tadvato gyatva Tato mam tadvato gyatva Visate tat anantaram Visate tat anantaram Bhaktya mam abhijanati Yavan yachasmi tadvatah Tato mam tadvato gyatva Visate tat anantaram Bhaktya mam abhijanati Yavan yachasmi tadvatah Tato mam tadvato gyatva Visate tat anantaram Bhaktya mam abhijanati Yavan yachasmi tadvatah Tato mam tadvato gyatva Visate tat anantaram Bhaktya mam abhijanati Yavan yachasmi tadvatah Tato mam tadvato gyatva Visate tad anantaram Bhaktya mam abhijanati Yavan yachasmi tadvatah Tato mam tadvato gyatva Visate tad anantaram Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavanyachasmi tadvataha tato mam tadvato gyatva visate tad anantaram. Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavanyachasmi tadvataha tato mam tadvato gyatva visate tad anantaram. Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavanyachasmi tadvataha tato mam tadvato gyatva visate tad anantaram. Bhaktya, by pure devotional service. Mam, me, abhijanati, one can know. Yavan, as much as. Yatasme, as I am. Tadvata, in truth. Tatha, thereafter. Mam, me. Tadvataha, in truth. Gyatva, knowing. Visate, he enters. Tat anantaram, thereafter. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation: one can understand me as I am, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, only by devotional service. And when one is in full consciousness of me by such devotion, he can enter into the kingdom of God. Purport: the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, and his plenary portions cannot be understood by mental speculation, nor by the non-devotees. If anyone wants to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he has to take to pure devotional service under the guidance of a pure devotee. Otherwise, the truth of the Supreme Personality of Godhead will always be hidden. As already stated in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 5, chapter 7, text 25, Naham prakasya sarvasya, is not revealed to everyone. No one can understand God simply by erudite scholarship or mental speculation. Only one who is actually engaged in Krishna consciousness and devotional service can understand what Krishna is. University degrees are not helpful. One who is fully conversant with the Krishna science becomes eligible to enter into the spiritual kingdom, the abode of Krishna. Becoming Brahman does not mean that one loses his identity. Devotional service is there, and as long as devotional service exists, there must be God, the devotee, and the process of devotional service. Such knowledge is never vanquished, even after liberation. Liberation involves getting free from the concept of material life. In spiritual life, the same distinction is there. The same individuality is there, but in pure Krishna consciousness, one should not mistakenly think that the word visate enters into me, supports the monist theory of that one becomes homogeneous with the impersonal Brahman. No, visate means that one can enter into the abode of the Supreme Lord in one's individuality, to engage in his association and render service unto him. For instance, a green bird enters a green tree not to become one with the tree but to enjoy the fruits of the tree. Impersonalists generally give the example of a river flowing into the ocean and merging. This may be a source of happiness for the impersonalist, but the personalist keeps his personal individuality like an aquatic in the ocean. We find so many living entities within the ocean if we go deep. Surface acquaintance with the ocean is not sufficient. One must have complete knowledge of the aquatics living in the ocean depths. Because of his pure devotional service, a devotee can understand the transcendental qualities and the opulences of the Supreme Lord in truth. As it is stated in the 11th chapter, only by devotional service can one understand. The same is confirmed here. One can understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead by devotional service and enter into His kingdom. After attainment of the Brahmabhuta stage of freedom from material conception, devotional service begins by one's hearing about the Lord. When one hears about the Supreme Lord, automatically the Brahmabhuta stage develops and material contamination, greediness and lust for sense enjoyment disappears. As lust and desires disappear from the heart of devotee, he becomes more attached to the service of the Lord, and by such attachment, it becomes free from material contamination. In that state of life, he can understand the Supreme Lord. This is the statement of Srimad Bhagavatam also. After liberation, the process of bhakti or transcendental service continues. The Vedanta Sutra, Canto 1, Chapter 1, Text 12 confirms this. Aprayanat tatrapi idristam. This means that after liberation, the process of devotional service continues. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, real devotional liberation is defined as the reinstatement of the living entity in its own identity, its own constitutional position. The constitutional position is already explained. Every living entity is a part and parcel, fragmental portion of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, his constitutional position is to serve. After liberation, this service is never stopped. Actual liberation is getting free from the misconception of life. So we are reading here from the Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 18, text 55. The slokaya bhaktyamam abhijanati yavan echasmi tadvataha tatomam tadvato gyatva visate tat anantaram. One can understand me as I am, as a Supreme Personality of Godhead, only by devotional service. And when one is in full consciousness of me, by such devotion, he can enter into the kingdom of God. So here we are continuing the subject matter on the Krishna consciousness. The very reason for the Lord's appearance in the world, and even as the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is to simply to revive Krishna consciousness, that something is lacking in this material world. The pure love is missing in the material world. And the missingness of this pure love has created all kinds of trouble and difficulties among the human being. And here, throughout the Bhagavad Gita, when you come to the conclusion, you will understand the whole material problem can be solved by establishing our lost relationship with the Supreme And by the attainment of the love of Krishna, we become settled down, we become very peaceful and happy in our life. And it is emphasized to connect in the service of Krishna, because Krishna is the reservoir of all love in the world, is the very foundation of love of the living entities. When Sachimata, she was once taking some sweet stuff, boga, to go and offer to the Durga temple, and Nimai Pandit, he told Mother Sachi there is no requirement for her to go and offer the sweet to the demigod's temple. By offering to Krishna alone, then every other living being will become satisfied. And Nimai quoted Yada Tarur Mul Nisichanena Tripchandi Tatskanda Bhuja Pasoko. He says that just like the stomach, by supplying the food to the stomach, and all the limbs of the body become satisfied, by pouring the water into the root of a tree, the tree is nourished, and the limbs and branches, everything also become very healthy. In the similar way, he said, by applying everything in Krishna consciousness, everything will be flourishing in the world. So one of the Alvar in South India says, Ingiyale Panbu Polvi Turuttul Tannudiye. He says that everything is filled up in this world. He says there are plenty of schools around, plenty of colleges and universities are around. There is enough food and wealth and everything in the world. He said materially the world is not lacking of anything. The only lacking is that the pure love in the heart of the living being. Because the pure love is not there, for that reason, it's very difficult to find somebody with a good character in the material world. He says that to the mind. He said he's talking to the mind, he says to the mind, now the mind is meant to be a place for the Supreme Lord, but somewhere or other it has been taken over by the 6 enemies. The Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. The different kind of desires, the anger, the greed, the illusion, the madness and enviousness. He said now the 6 enemies are already taken over the place which is meant reserved for Lord Krishna. But somewhere or other they have taken over. So he told the 6 enemies, you have come to me and seated in my mind without my invitation. So better you leave the place without me telling you to do so, because that place is meant for Lord Krishna himself. So in this way, the very important things, the Lord is bringing the love so that the living entity can be very happy and very peaceful in their life. What the Lord brought 5,000 years ago, He brought the prem to distribute to every living being, but somewhere or other He came with one condition, that they should surrender to the Lord so that He can distribute the prem, the love. But somewhere or other the living entities were not ready for the surrender. So it has been said that He locked the love of Krishna, and then the Lord left without giving the prema to people around. Then again 500 years ago, by the call of Advaita Acharya, then he said the same, the Lord come now, say, Panchatatvameli Prithvi Asya Purva Preme Dhanda Mudra Ughadaya. He says that now the Panchatattva come, Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhara, Sri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. The Panchatattva come and then they break the seal of this prem, and then they themselves begin to taste the love of Krishna. Panchami lilute preme kare asvadhana yata yatapya Krishna pade anuksana. And by tasting the love of Krishna, they felt very joyful. They felt very satisfaction in themselves. And in this way, they dance in ecstasy by taking the prema of love in the form of chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Say Patra Patra, Vichara Nahi Sthana Sthana. And when they enjoyed more and more and more, and they felt very satisfied to themselves, and then they began to distribute to others whomever they meet, and by giving to everybody, they did not see any distinction, any discrimination between one and another. In this way, the Lord himself tasted the prema of his own and is distributed to everybody, anybody. In this way, the very reason the Bhagavatam says, Arhadayo Bhagavan Vraje Satanayatan Vrindavana. He says, now the Lord comes again as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is bringing the fifth principle of religion. Now the religion based on the Purusartha, the Vidhi. There are four goals there in human life, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is bringing the prema, additional one thing. He says, even you practice Dharma, you enjoy your Artha, and you, whatever things, your activities you do in your life, without that prema, without that love, is not going to be fully satisfied. For that reason, the Lord brings the love so that we can be fooled in everything in the material world. So in this way, the Shastra says, Bhagavad Bhaktir Inasya Jati Sastra Japastapa Apranapasya Dehasya Mandanam Lokaranjanam. That without love for the Lord, whatever activities you do, whether it's a chanting, whether it's reading of the scripture, whether it's the worship of the Lord, without love, without that devotion, he says everything is like decorating a dead body. In this way, the Shastra emphasizes so much on the bhakti, the devotion towards the Lord. So somewhere or other, in everything in the material world, with so much of advancement, these things are lacking, and people don't understand what is that one thing is missing in their life. That one thing will fill up the empty gap of their missing things in their life. They do not understand. If they know that actually they are seeking for love, and if they can somewhere or other find this love, and of course they have, because of neglection of the Krishna consciousness, and they are trying to love everything else in this world. But somewhere or other they are still, after so much of love with everything, they are still not very happy and very loving to any other people. They still very selfish to themselves. So in this way, Krishna brings the love. In the chapter 5, text onward, it says that sannyasam karmana Krishna punaryoga cha samsasi yachreyan itayor ekam tanme bruis sunishitam. Arjuna inquired from Krishna that is it better that I renounce the work or I work with devotion? What to do? Renounce the work or do the work with devotion? And Krishna answered, he says, Sannyasa karma yogasya nishreya karau ibau tayosta karma sannyasa karma yoga visishyate. Krishna says that both things is meant for the liberation. You renounce the work and work with devotion, but between these two, Krishna says work with devotion is better. And he says, Gyayo nitya sannyasa, yona dvastina kansati nidundvo hi mahabhavo sukham bandham pramuchyate. A real renunciation means a person work without any hatredness and any desires in this world. is free from the duality condition of life in the material world. And again in the chapter 5, text 6, Krishna explains Sannyasustu Mahabhavo Dukamaptum Ayogata Yoga Yukta Muni Brahma Nachire Nadi Gacchati. Krishna says that even a person renounces everything, but if he don't have practice of love in his life, he said he himself will be in a very miserable condition. So it's not about giving up anything in the world. The one thing to be added in his life is that he should add in the love of Krishna. And when this love of Krishna been added, in the chapter 5, 7, Krishna says, Yoga Yukta Visuddhatma Vijitatma Jitendriya Sarva Bhutatma Bhutatma Kurvana Pina Lipyate. Krishna said, the moment we establish love, and then that will bring in the love for the entire world. He said, you begin to love everybody in the world, and people will begin to love you in this way. That will be love all over the world. If we can establish the love of Krishna to everybody. And Krishna says again, Naiva kinchi karomati yukta manyeta tadvavit pasyan srivans pasanjigram asnan ganchan sopan susan. Pralapan visnadam nirgam manmisam nimisam api indriyani hindriyatirba vartate hitidarayan. By bringing in the love into our life, Krishna says one becomes free from all kinds of the reaction of life, whether you are sitting, whether you are walking, whether you are sleeping, whether you are evacuating, whatever you do in your life, Krishna says you are free from any kinds of reaction. In the chapter 5 text, he says, Brahmani adaya karmani sangam chakva karotya lipsyatina sa papena Padma Patram Ivambasa. Because you have become attached to Krishna, that attachment has brought the detachment of anything in the material world. Krishna says, just like the lotus flower lives in the water, but they do not touch the water. In a similar way, the love for Krishna will bring in so much of benefit into the life of human being. They no need to suffer for any kinds of karma in their life. But unfortunately, people, due to wrong association, due to their unfortunate situation, people are not having this information in their life. Anybody who have got little bit intelligent, if they read Prabhupada book, and they will understand this is the real thing I'm missing in my life. So in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself personally told his mother, he said he has learned something from the Gurukul. His teacher told him, even some literatures written by Lord Brahma, if there is no love mentioned in that literature, he said, better you reject that literature. So the prem, the love of Krishna is so important. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu talking with Sanatan Goswami, he says that Veda Nishta Madhye Ardeka Veda Mukhe Mane Veda Nisatra Papa Karo Dharma Nahi Gane. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, in the material world there are many civilized human beings are there. And civilized human being means they believe into the existence of God. And many people, they believe into the existence of God. You take a Christian community, the Muslim community, the Hindu community. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, out of this, many people, believe in Vedic civilization. And he says, more than 50%, they only talk, but they do not practice what they talk. They only claim that I'm a Hindu. They only claim I'm a Christian, I'm a Muslim, but actually they don't really follow the teaching of the scriptures. So Mahaprabhu says more than 50% they only give lip service. Dharmachari madhye bahuta karmanista kodi karmanista madhye ekagyani shrestha. He said among these people, you got now 50% only give lip service. And other next 50%, he said most of them, kodi, millions of people, they're more interested into the fruitive action, karma kanda work, more into the karmic reaction, they are interested in that. Among the karmis, he said there could be one jnani, a person, he understand why I should work very hard in this world. Why I should have big ambition in this world. End of the day, the animals also eating, they also mating, they're sleeping and defending. End of the day, when I die, I cannot take anything and go. So in this way, Jnani, he understands, but now he has got the desire to become one with God, merging into the existence of God. Beautifully, Mahaprabhu said this thing. Koti jnani nistamadye eka jana mukta, koti mukta madhye dullabam Krishna bhakta. He says that now out of many millions of jnani, a person who wants to become free, not to work so hard in the material world, and they wanted to seek for the liberation, becoming one with the Supreme Lord. Mahaprabhu says you hardly, they may be one or two may be liberated, but he says you hardly Krishna Bhakta into that category. Krishna Bhakta is not interested in merging in anything. They are not even interested into the 5 kind of liberation, Vinamat. They always wanted to see how to serve Krishna, how to serve Krishna, how to serve Krishna. In this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Sanatana Goswami Bhukti Mukti Siddhikami Sakala Asanta Krishna Bhakta Kevala Santa Kenonatani Niskam. He said that the devotees are very peaceful all the time because they are not after anything in the material world. The karmi, they are wanted to seek for some material opulences, and the yogis, they are seeking for some siddhi perfection, bhukti mukti, somebody seeking for liberation. A devotee are always very peaceful compared to all other people because only a devotee don't have any desire in this world. Mahaprabhu says, Muktanam api siddhanam narayana parayana. And he says that among all these people, the devotee be the best of every being in this world. So in this way, we have got this opportunity to practice Krishna consciousness, and we got all this opportunity to read Prabhupada book, to be in the temple environment, in the devotee association. And by properly understanding the Krishna conscious subject matter is nothing about external in Krishna consciousness, all about internal development. There was a man, he is not a devotee of Krishna, but he likes the lot of the picture, the photos of Krishna. There are beautiful, there are beautiful posters of Krishna. So he bought all these posters, he put it on the wall of his house. But he's not a devotee. Every day he likes to see beautiful picture of Krishna. And that is what is his relationship with Krishna. Only see and see and see. No any service, anything for Krishna. So one day Krishna came to him. He said, you have got all these pictures on the wall. He said, that is very nice, but you are not doing any service for me. How come? And the man said, looking at your picture on the wall, I see that you must be the supreme. No one is, more higher than you. And if that is the case, I should do everything very good for you, the best for you. So, but I won't be able to do that. And Krishna said, where did I say that I need everything best? He asked the man whether he got Bhagavad Gita. He said, yes, so you bring the Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna asked him, are you reading the Bhagavad Gita? He said, no, I don't have time to read. And Krishna said, that is your problem, you are not reading, so you are not doing any of these things. So Krishna told him to open the chapter 9, text 26, and there's a sloka, Patram Puspam Palam Toyam Yoma Bhakti Prayachate Tat Aham Bhakti Upartan Krishna says, if one offers me a leaf, a flower, fruit or water with devotion, I will accept that. So Krishna told him, you see what I've said, I'm not asking anything big from you. You don't tell me you cannot find the leaf, you cannot find the fruit, you cannot find, a flower or water. Can you find, there are so many trees around your house, can you find any leaf? Then he told Krishna, all the leaf in India is not very clean, lot of dust and then lot of holes in the leaf. It doesn't look very attractive. To offer to you means, I have to do the best for you. So Krishna asked him, how about, flowers? Then he said, there are so many babies are taking birth in this India. There are so many people are dying every day. There are so many temples are there. So many weddings are going on. And to find flowers every day for you is not going to be possible. There is so much of need in this country for all those things. So Krishna asked him about, how about, can you offer fruit? And he said, all the best fruits are coming from the Western world. India don't have any good fruit, so cannot offer also. So finally Krishna asked him, can you offer water? He said, India got a big problem, water shortage. So how to offer you water? So Krishna looked at him, he has got answer for everything, but he's not doing anything for Krishna. Then Krishna told him, asked him, have you got two eyes? He said, yes. Have you got some water in your eyes? He said, yes. Krishna said, then you cry. He said, you cry thinking of your unfortunate situation. You are born as a human being and you got intelligence to work around. And with all this greatest gift in your life, you're not able to do anything for me. And thinking your unfortunate situation, you should cry. When you're crying, when the water coming out from eyes, I'm talking about that water. I'm not talking about water from the tap. It's all about love and Krishna consciousness. So in this way, finally at the end of our conclusion of Krishna consciousness, everything should be done with great love towards Krishna. Very, very important. There in the 12th chapter, Krishna explained the kind of devotees he really dear to him. Like if you take, from the chapter 12, text 13 onward, 13 to 20, Krishna explained, Advaita Sarvabhutanam, Maitra Karuna Evacha Nirmamo Nirahankara Dukha Samaduka Sukha Same Santutam Satatam Yogi Yatanmadrida Nischaya Mayarpita Mano Buddhir Yome Bhakta Samipriya. The kind of devotee very dear to me. He said, number one, he said that the kind of devotee very dear to me, they are not envious to anybody in the world. They are very friendly to every living being, number one. And number two, he says that they do not claim any proprietorship in this world. They do not claim this is mine, this is mine, this is mine. Number three, they are free from false ego. Number four, they equipoise in happiness and distress. Number five, they got a lot of tolerance in their life. Number six, they are satisfied about everything in life. Number seven, they are self-control. And number eight, with great determination, they engage in devotional service. Number nine, the devotee who fixes his mind and intelligence in me is very dear to me. Yasman not vijate loke, lokan not vijate saya. Arsamarsa baya dwage mukto yasi samipriya. Krishna said, the devotee dear to me, he do not put anybody into any trouble. They don't give any trouble to anybody. If others give trouble, he does not take it, He's not affected by any other trouble from the people. And number three, he is very equiposed in happiness, in distress, in fear and anxiety. Anapeksha suchir daksha udatina gata vyatam sarvaramba paridyagi yomad bhakti samipriya. My devotees, dear to me, does not depend on the ordinary course of the activities in this world. My dear devotee, they are very pure, they are very expert, and they are free from all kinds of pain in this material world. And my dear devotee never strive for any kinds of result of his work in this world. And the Lord continues further. Yona arisya sidvasti nasocheti na kansati subhav subha parit yogi yo bhaktimanya samipriya. My dear devotee does not rejoice or it does not, entangle on anything. He is not having any desires, he has got no any lamentation. And my devotees who is dear to me, he renounces all the auspicious and also inauspicious, activities in the world. And he says, Samasatrauche netrecha samasanga vivajita talamana pamanayo. Then continue, the Lord says that the devotee was very dear to me. He is, equiposed in enemy and friend. He is equiposed in the, honor and dishonor, in fame and infamy, in heat and cold. And he is, keeping from the unwanted association in the world, and he is fixed in knowledge. Yetu dharmam amritamidam yadoktam paryupasate sradhadanamat parama bhaktaste tivam priya. My devotees who is very dear to me, constantly engaged in this imperishable science of bhakti yoga, and he engaged in devotional service with great faith, and he makes me the goal of his life. And these devotees are very, 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 very dear to me. So as a devotee of Krishna, we should also go through this subject matter, and we have to check ourselves, are we acting according to the desire of Krishna? Krishna says the devotees who is dear to him is free from any kind of enviousness, is free, is friend to all living beings in the world. My dear devotee never claim anything of his own in this world. He does not, he is free from false ego in this way. Krishna will explain that the kind of devotee he really likes. And in chapter 4, text 24, he says, Brahma Rupanam Brahma Vir Brahmakna Brahmana Uttam Brahmaivatena Gantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina. A person who is always absorbed in Krishna consciousness and totally involved in Krishna consciousness, and is, eligible to enter into his kingdom. Then the next verse, chapter 4:25, Krishna said, Daivam evam param, Daivam evam pare yagya, yoginam paryupasate brahmagnau aparam yagyam, yagyo naiva pajuvati. He said there are two kinds of people are there. One, they do offer everything to the demigods. There's another people, they offer everything for the satisfaction of the Supreme Lord. Strotra indriyani agye anye samyak magne sujuvati sabdabhin visayan yagya indriya nagne sujuvati. There are brahmachari, there are grihastha. He said the brahmachari give of their, they engage all their senses in the hearing process of Krishna consciousness, whereas the grihastha, they surrender the object of the senses into the Krishna consciousness. Brahmachari, normally they don't own anything in this world. They give themselves to Krishna. The grihastha, they got a house. They may have family and everything. They engage everything, house and family, everything in Krishna consciousness. And further in the chapter 4:26, 27, Krishna now says that in 28 he says, Dravya yagya tapo yagya yoga yagya thada pare swadhyaya jnana yagyascha yataya samsaya vritta. Krishna says there are people give everything, they donate everything, all their possession for the service of Krishna consciousness, There are yogis, they go to the forest, they meditate. There are people sacrifice their time and energy in reading the Veda. There are people perform different kind of sacrifice, you know. And here in the chapter 430, Krishna says that Sarve Pyate Yagya Vidur Yagya Sapita Kalmasa Yagya Sisamarto Bhujo Yanti Brahma Sanatanam. Krishna says all these people can come back to me, provided they know the meaning of their sacrifice and everything. Importantly, people must understand whether you go to demigod temple, whether you go to any organization, you must know the meaning, the purpose of your going to any other places and engage in any kinds of activities. The purpose, if the purpose is right, then you are in the right place. What was the purpose? Yesterday we've been reading from the chapter 5, text 11. Kayena manasa buddhiya kevaler indriya rapi yoginam karma kurvanti. Sangha Tekvatma Suddhaya, the very purpose of the devotees, yogis in this world, Krishna says that they are living, they are acting everything only for the, what we have learned yesterday. The yogi do everything only for one purpose. That was yesterday's subject matter. Purification. Their mind, their body, their intelligence, everything they engage only for that purification. And how they do it, Krishna explained in the text 12 in the chapter 5. You see? It's like, karma palam, karma, yukta karma palam tyaktva santir apnoti naistikam. Ayukta kama karena pala sabdena dibhadyate. They purify everything in connection in the Krishna service. People, those who wanted to enjoy separately from Krishna, he says, they will become in a condition into their life. And in the verse 13, Krishna says in the chapter 5, Sarva karmani manasa sanyasasti sukham vase navadvare pure dei naivam kurvana karyan. He says that, and how they engage everything in Krishna's service, said, they control their nature and then they sarva karmani manasa, they renounce everything from their mind. Very importantly, it's not that we have come and we seated here, but we have not renounced what was there in the mind before coming here. It has to be renounced. So Krishna says that the devotees' only purpose is that to purify their life. And how to do that? They do that in connection with Krishna. And how they do that also? They renounce, they control their nature and renounce the mind. So in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bringing the simplest process that everything can be engaged in Krishna's service. In this way, you become the greatest yogi. So it's nothing about, whatever engagement we are doing in this world, whether you're going to work or whether you're going to any other temple or any association. The important point is that if you know the purpose, the real meaning of what you are doing, Krishna said, then you are in the right place. If you are not knowing what is the real meaning of life, a real meaning of your activities, if you do not know the real purpose is that somewhere or other we are pure living entities, somewhere or other we have come into this material existence, and here our life is contaminated in every single ways, and with this contamination, life is going to be a repetition of birth and death, going through the suffering again and again. Only way to become free from this entanglement is that we have to purify our life. And Mahaprabhu brings the greatest purification process. We don't need to worry about a big sacrifice, big austerity. He says that, iti soda sakam nam kalikalmas nasanam, that the only essence of this Vedic scripture is that chanting of the holy name. And by chanting of the holy name, he said that all the Kali Kalmasa, all the effect and influence of the Kali will be disappeared from our life. He said, Nadesh, Niyama Raja, Nakaro, Niyama Sthala. There is no requirement for you to find the right time, right place to chant the holy name. Anywhere and everywhere you can chant the Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. In this way, by understanding the purpose of life, by understanding the simplest process brought by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by engaging in Krishna consciousness, in the association of the devotees, we are able to achieve. Our goal of life is to attain the prem of Krishna. Thank you so much for being here, and from tomorrow onward, our Prabhu will take over, and I'll be leaving tomorrow morning. Anybody got any questions, any doubts? Yeah, Prabhuji.
Something more about the alvars of South India. Who are the alvars? What means alvar actually? And what is the level of consciousness? Who are they in the spiritual world? Are they related to Goloka? Or are they only from Vaikuntha?
Yeah, 12 of them. There are 12 alvas been mentioned, and all of them are different ornaments of Vishnu's body. You know, the Lord has got different ornaments, his chakra, his conch and everything. So there are 12 alvas that the Lord specially appeared in South India to preach among the Tamil-speaking people in South India. And the alvar is that they directly communicate with the Lord. They got any problem, anything, they do not go around and talk to anybody else. They go and speak to the Lord himself. And I'll tell you one of the beautiful story of one of the alvar. His name is Tirumangai Alvar. Before he became a great alvar, he was known as Nila. And then he is the tax collector for the government. He goes around and collect tax. And being a tax collector means, you got a very strong body. He's like looking like a mafia. Everybody are afraid of him. Then only they pay the tax. So he goes around to collect the tax, from every house. And he came to one house. Then, to collect the tax, he saw on the balcony one beautiful girl is standing there. Her name is Kumadavalli, and she also from heavenly planet, but somewhere or other she came with a friend. But they walk around in a beautiful garden, then they pass the time. She did not, look the time she has to leave, but she stay back. So in this way she been, ordered to come to the material world. She was looking very beautiful. Her name is Kumadavalli, and she was standing on the balcony. And this tax collector, Neelan, he saw the girl, and then immediately he felt he must marry the girl. So then he went and, he talked to her father. And everybody are very afraid of him because, he's a tax collector and very strong and stout body. So when he told the girl father that I want to marry your daughter, and the girl also cannot say no, he said, if that is not what you want to do, you better speak to my daughter. So he went and told the girl that, you look very beautiful and I want to marry you. She said, there is no problem, you can marry me, but with only one condition. I've taken a vow that I only will marry a Vaishnava. So if you become Vaishnava, I can marry you. And then he said, what I should do. She said, you go to the temple there are priests there in the temple, Vaishnavas, you go and talk to them. They will tell you how to become Vaishnava. So he went to the temple, and then he met one priest there, and he told the priest that, he wants to marry the girl, but the girl said she only will marry a Vaishnava, and she told me if I become a Vaishnava, she will marry, so you make me a Vaishnava. And the priest said, that is not that easy that you can become a Vaishnava. There are a lot of processes there. And he told the priest, he said, better you make me a Vaishnava. I don't have so much time to waste here. Immediately, today you have to make me a Vaishnava. The priest have no choice. He says that, okay, he put a tilak for him, he put a neck beads for him, put the Vaishnava, dress, and then he gave him a chanting bag. He said, okay, you are Vaishnava, you can go. Then he came to this girl. She said, I'm already a Vaishnava, better marry me. She said, Vaishnava means not like that. She said, without serving another Vaishnava, you cannot become a Vaishnava. Only by serving another Vaishnava, you'll become Vaishnava. So for that, you have to serve Vaishnava. She said, I give you 1 year. And you have to serve. For 1 year, she said, you have to serve 1,008 Vaishnavas. You must feed them every day. She said 3 things you must do. Take the dust from the feet of the Vaishnavas. And number 2, you wash their feet and drink the water. And number 3, you take the food remnants left by them. For 1 year, you do this service for 1,008 Vaishnavas. Then you come back, then I'll marry you. So he went to Vaishnava and then he called the Vaishnava, please come and sit. I got this condition from this girl. I have to, take the dust from your feet. I have to wash your feet. I have to take the remnants of food, left by you. And no Vaishnava is agreeable to this. Any good Vaishnava, they will never show their feet. Come and touch my feet. Come and take the dust from my feet. Come and drink the water. Wash my feet. No Vaishnava will become that arrogant and that proud, So no Vaishnava wanted to, be in his service. So he came and told the Kumadavali, the girl, but I wanted to do, but no Vaishnava is agreeing to be, to take the dust from their feet and to wash their feet and everything. She said, I don't know what you do. By hook or crook, you become Vaishnava, that's all. You have to do this thing. And after 1 year, I will marry you. So in this way, now he has no other choice. So he go and catch all the Vaishnava, forcefully catch them. He tie their hand, the back, they tie their leg and then get them to sit down. And then forcefully started to, take the dust, apply on his body, washing their feet and cooking for them. She's taking all the money from the government, taxpayers' money, is feeding all the Vaishnavas here. So in this way that, he became a greatest Vaishnava. And, then he walks around and then he saw the Ranganath, he has got only small hut, he don't even have a proper temple. So he was thinking, now my Lord, I've got no temple, no any place. All the rich people, they got big bungalow house, but my Lord is living in the hut. So he was thinking, somehow I must build one temple for him. So he goes around to all the rich people. He said, give some donation. I want to build temple. And almost all the rich fellows, they say, you cheater, you go away. You cheater, you go away. You don't know what to do. Nobody wants to give him donation. Only they're calling him cheater. So finally he realized only way is to take money, cheat them. So in this way that, he made 4 disciples for himself. One disciple can walk on the water. Another disciple, very expert, can open any lock. Another disciple, just by talking, he can mesmerize others. Another disciple, just by, putting his foot, on the shadow of any person, they cannot move. In this way, he made 4 expert, disciples. I use them, and they go and drop everybody everywhere. And they started to build the temple. And even the Lord himself, and at one point, he disguised himself, he and Lakshmi Devi, like a newly married couple. They walk and come. So he do not know the Lord themselves have disguised and come as a newly married couple. And then he stopped them. He said, now better you take all your ornaments out, give it to me. I have to build temple. So in this way that, he was trying to take out everything and he put it in a bag, And then at one point, there was a ring, also small ring in the small finger of the Lord. And trying to pull it out, he cannot pull it out, and then he go and try to bite, In this way, he took everything, put it in the bag to carry. When he wants to carry all those things, he's not able to carry. So heavy. So he asked the Lord, he said, oh, what mantra did you say that I'm not able to carry this bag? And the Lord said, okay, I will tell you what mantra. He pulled him near and then he chanted into his ear, Om Narayanaya Namaha, and chanted the holy name, and he got enlightened at that time. And beautifully, immediately, he also recited different verses. He said that, I was born in this world ignorant, and I've been following all my friends. Whatever they said, I believed in that. And then, we've been going on after the woman with every this thing I was suffering in this world, finally I've met you, my dear Lord. Now please accept me as your servant. In this way, he said, Kulam Tarum, Chelvam Tarum, Adiyar Padundayar. He said, your holy name alone will bring all wealth to the human being. Your holy name will do something better than what the mother can do, the parents can do for the children. He said the parents can do something good for their children temporarily when they are there. They're here, they will do something good, but your holy name will do everything good for the people, because you will be there all the time to guide and protect your devotees. In this way that he made beautiful temple, and final part he has to put the gopuram, the on top, what do you call that,
Shikara.
yeah.
Shikara.
So he wanted to establish that. He has don't know much money. Then somebody told him there is one Buddhist temple, near the Kerala. And then the Buddhist temple, Lord Buddha statue, is made of gold. He said, if you can get that gold, you can finish your work. So you go there to steal, but they've installed the Buddha's deity in a way that nobody can take out the deity. He tried many different ways with with his disciples, but he's not able to do. Then finally, he recited a mantra. He says that to Buddha, he said, who you think you are? You think you're very big? My master, without any temple there, then you're sitting with the gold of everything in your body. So in this way, he said, oh, you think you cannot, be made by earth, cannot be made by wood or stone, only has to be, gold. He said, my master, he needs better everything. So by that prayer, and he uttered, then the gold melted from the Buddha statue and then came and fall in his hand. He took and finished his work on the other side. So in this way, there are many other. There is Kulasekara Alvar is there. There are especially the 12 alvas in the South India. There are different ornaments of Vishnu's bodies appeared just to preach in the Tamil language. Their specialty is that they speak, to the Lord and everything. And, one time, this, there is one other Alvar is there. He used to go to the Ranganath temple to take darshan. And there was one young girl was sweeping and mopping, keeping the temple clean. So he was going there for many years. So he grew old. The girl who was, young at that time, she also grew old, but still she's sweeping and doing the service there. So then one day he told the girl that, the lady that, I'm very impressed with your devotion. All these years I've been coming, I'm seeing you're doing this wonderful service. And he asked, if you want any benediction boon, please, tell me. And she said that, I enjoyed my service to the Lord all the time. Now my body is, becoming invalid. But I hope that, I can get back my youth so that I can continue my service. So he uttered some mantra. Then the lady became young again and became more attractive this time. And she continued sweeping and cleaning the temple. And these words, be heard by the king. King, when he came to the temple, he looked at that girl, was very attractive, very beautiful, And then the girl, then he married the girl. And then he asked the girl, how you turned to become a young again. Then she said, oh, this, Swamiji have, uttered the mantras. And that's how my old body is gone and I got the youth, body. And he said, can you tell me the mantra? She said, I don't know the mantra, only you have to ask him. So his disciple used to come to the palace. So the king asked, told him that you better go and tell your master, your Guruji, that, to tell me the mantra which I can come young like my wife. And the disciple says, my Guru Maharaj will never utter anything for other people's pleasure. Only for the Lord's pleasure he will utter the mantra. And the king says that if your Guru is not going to utter the mantra, at least you utter the mantra, you say the mantra. He says, my Guru is not saying, why I should say to you, I'm not interested. The king said, if you're not interested, you better leave my kingdom, no place for you here. So he went back to the ashram, he collected, he packing all his thing. He wants to leave the kingdom, and the guru, the master asked him, so why you are packing? He said, this is what happened in the palace. The king said, he said, there's no place for me in this kingdom, I have to leave. So the guru, he went to the Perumal, he went to the Ranganath, he says, look, here what I have to say. Now my disciple have no place to stay in this kingdom. If there is no place for my disciple, why I should sit here? I'm also leaving. So then he told, the Ranganath, he said, look, my disciples are leaving, I'm leaving, and why you are waiting here? You also leave. Better all of us leave this kingdom. And the Lord, he was lying on the, Anantate Sesha, and the Lord, got down and then he rolled, that is what his mattress, he rolled, put it, like that, they all started to walk. And the moment they started to leave, there was, heavy storm and so many bad omens are already coming in. So somebody ran and told, the king that, the disciple is moving off from your kingdom, the guru is moving out from your kingdom, and the Perumal, the Lord himself also moving out your kingdom. That will be a great disaster for your kingdom. Better you go and bring them back. By then they're already halfway walking. And the king ran and then he went and bowed down. He said, I'm very sorry, you have to come back to my kingdom. And the Lord says that, I'm willing to come provided, my devotee is willing to go back. If he say, okay, then we will go back, Then the disciple says, very beautiful, he says, Kanikannan Pogendran, Mamburum Kaikachi, Manivannan, Nikaleka Vendam. He says that, now, he says, now we wanted to go back to the kingdom, and now you roll out, you roll back your mattress and then let us go back. So in this way, even the Alwas, speciality that they have a direct communication with the Lord. They only go and tell all whatever they want. They speak to the Lord. So there are a lot of, if you Google, you will see there are 12 Alwas, very beautiful stories are there. And then if you read, all, and they got, 4,000 pasuram, like we got 700 slokas here, they got 4,000 slokas. Very, very direct meaning you'll find into that one, Okay, thank you so much for being here today, and thank you so much for everything, for all of you. May Krishna give all the blessing and continue your devotional service. And I thank you very much for the kind hospitality here, and to all the devotees for wonderful prasadam, for the wonderful accommodation, and for your wonderful reception for me to being here. And thank you very much for everything. May the Lord give you all the blessing. I think Prabhu is going to be here for 1 year, I think. They will enjoy you be here. You are European, I'm a Malaysian.
No question. How could we purify our body, mind is translation?
Well, a very, very easy way. You serve the devotees who have purified their mind, intelligence and everything. Very easy way, you be a servant. I've been saying that story of, Tirumangai Alvar. He was the tax collector. He became a great devotee by serving the Vaishnava. Very, very easy. Mahaprabhu told, Kalidas. Kalidas was drinking the water coming from the feet of Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu goes to the Jagannath temple, and before entering, he washes his lotus feet, and Kalidas drinking the water. Mahaprabhu told Kalidas Bhaktapada, Duliyara Bhaktapada Jala Bhakta Mukta Havasesa Mahatina Bara. Mahaprabhu said the dust from the devotees, the water washed the devotees' feet, and the remnants of food of the devotees. Three things, they are very extremely, they're very powerful. A person, can go back to Vaikuntha easily only by serving the Vaishnavas. So you stick to the Vaishnavas always, you remain as a servant, go run behind them to see what you can do for them. In this way, very happy by the Vaishnava's blessing, you'll become a very great devotee. This morning we've been talking that, to somewhere or other, keep away from any kinds of offenses to the Vaishnavas, either mentally or verbally or physically. Krishna can tolerate everything else. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was singing and dancing in Srivas Pandit's house, he said, Mohara Anila Nada, he says that, I come to the, world by the call of, Advaita Charya, by the call of Haridas Thakur. I've come here. I'm here to give my love to everybody in the world without any discrimination. He said, everyone will get my prem. Even the dogs and cats will get my love, but only for those who are offended to the Vaishnavas, they will never get my love. So Krishna can give everything to you, provided you're pleasing the Vaishnava. So if your temple is very good, you're doing very wonderful, service to the devotees, and many would like to come here. Everybody will go and tell, oh, you should go to Germany, you go to Köln. Köln about your temple, very difficult to Köln about your temple here. Köln. So I say go there. The devotees are very nice there, and they're very happy, and you get a good prasadam there. So in this way, slowly when they're coming, they see it's very nice, very nice. They would like to come back again. So your temple are filled up, with many devotees. Everything goes back again. The bhakti, begins from the devotees. It remains, with you. You are in the association of the devotees. So that one thing you try to do very nicely. Try to serve the Vaishnavas. That one thing good enough already. Slowly Mahaprabhu will bring more devotee for you. Okay. Jai.
Other question. You mentioned about the pleasure of the chanting Hare Krishna, pleasure of the Lord, and before that I thought maybe I have to chanting Hare Krishna because we are servant of you, because the meanings is we would like to be your servant. It's a praying. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama. But it's very nice you mentioned that it's Krishna satisfied while chanting Hare Krishna.
Krishna happy for you. The practice of Krishna consciousness, chanting Hare Krishna, process, all very simple in Kali Yuga. In different yuga, you have to do a lot of things to establish your Krishna consciousness. Kali Yuga, no art and fast rules. Somehow chant Hare Krishna, whether sitting or walking or rolling or whether whatever, just chant simply, that's all. Only thing is that, like a three kind of chanting, Namabhas is there, Namaparat is there, Suddhanam is there. So if you are not able to do it, chant the name Suddhanam pure, But at least you do a Namabhas, but you should never do a Namaparat. Namabhas is like a Ajamil. Ajamil was chanting, Narayana he called. But he was not addressing, Narayana, the Lord, he was addressing his son. But the Lord sent his, people, he was protected, and Namabhas will protect you, Suddhanam, takes you, in the association of Krishna. But you should not indulge in any Namaparat, that, in the offenses to the Vaishnava, it cannot be tolerated by the Lord. So avoid the one. And very beautiful way is that this morning we've been talking that always, mentally you think the devotees are good. Verbally you glorify the devotees, and physically you serve the devotees. All okay for you. Hare Krishna. You are a very wonderful devotees, don't worry. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaura Pramanande.